Welcome to Home Health Revealed, where we share real stories from industry leaders about home health, palliative, and hospice care. Brought to you by Velocity. Velocity's easy-to-read coding and revenue cycle dashboards let you grab your cup of coffee and quickly see the health of your organization. Welcome to Home Health Revealed. We are finishing up the Alliance 2025 Home Care Conference in New Orleans. It has been a really fun time. It's been so enjoyable. I'm your host, Hannah Vale, and I have gotten to sit down with so many cool people while we've been here at the conference. And last but not least in this little series of episodes, I am finishing off the conference with Lisa Meadows. Lisa, I would love for you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are with and a little bit about what you've been doing at the conference.
All right. Thank you, Hannah. I'm Lisa Meadows. I am with the Accreditation Commission for Healthcare. And what we've been doing at the conference has been networking with our current customers, talking to future customers, hopefully, about the values of accreditation.
Yes. It's so cool, isn't it? Just to be here, get to connect with familiar faces. Even sometimes you just start to see these people time and again, and you kind of become old friends. And then there are people who I get to see at every conference. Love to get to see them here. It's almost like a family reunion.
I was going to say, it's like homecoming.
Yeah.
All over again every year. Yeah, it is good, especially with so many things being remote. It is nice to get back in person and talk to people, hear what their problems are, hear what their solutions are, and just make some new friends as well.
Absolutely. And exciting news for us as a company with HealthRev. We have a proprietary platform called Velocity, and we have recently gone through the product
certification.
Yes, product certification. Thank you. Product certification process. And so Velocity is now certified by ACHC. So we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah,
Excited to work with you all.
You should be.
Yeah. As far as topics and things that are top of mind for you and for ACHC, what are some of those today?
As far as our provider, from our provider perspective, you know, I think the challenge still continues to be staffing. I don't know if you've heard of the proposed rule for home health.
Oh, yep.
You know, so
heard about it.
Yep. Some of those providers, if all of that goes through, you know, it's going to just become more and more challenging to provide that quality care that CMS expects and that patients deserve with continued cuts. Hospice, you know, there's a lot of scrutiny in hospice right now because of the growth of hospice. You know, as a hospice provider myself, as I was, I love to hear that there is growth in hospice.
Yeah.
I love hospice, but we also know with that growth always comes a little more scrutiny.
Yes.
By CMS, and as there should be. You know, we always want to make sure all the providers out there are doing the right thing.
My thoughts are we're really being asked to do more with less.
Yes.
And so how is ACHC from an accreditation standpoint? You guys offer support, you offer education and really a consultative approach with a lot of these agencies. How are you helping them meet these regulations and really do more with less?
Well, one of the great things that we do is through ACHCU, which is our educational arm to ACHC, is we do provide a lot of free education. We offer topics that go above and beyond accreditation. So they're industry relative topics that may be out of our scope as an accrediting organization, but we're able to offer that to customers. And we're getting relevant information, current information. So they're able to hear possible solutions on how to be more effective in their business because everybody's facing the same challenges.
Truly. And actually, I think we're getting ready to do one together. I don't have any specific information on it today, but HealthRev is going to be hosting alongside ACHU a webinar in December. So looking forward to that, being part of that conversation because it is just so important in our hands, and we'll be able to really talk through some of those specifics.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's important for people to stay on top of what's changing. You know, you cannot stick your head in the sand and not be aware of all the rules and regulations that guide providers. You know, our scope with accreditation is focusing on the Medicare conditions of participation in our standards, but it takes more than that to run an organization, and that's one of the great things that ACHCU does with our partners is provide that education free, on demand. You know, they can listen to it more than once if they want to. They can share it with their staff. And that just helps them meet all components of compliance, not just focusing on the COPs and ACHC standards, which are important, but bottom line too is you got to be able to get paid.
Right.
And so being able to offer that is something that I think is really great that ACHCU does.
Same. Yes. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing with ACHC and ACHCU. If any of our listeners want to learn more more about your accreditation process or what is offered through the ACH University, where can they find that information?
They can go to either achc.org, which will go directly to our website. If they want to see more about the education opportunities and those resources, they can go to achcu.com. So .org is for ACHC, and the achcu.com is for our educational topics and resources.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your conference.
Well, thank you, Hannah.